presence. Now let's do one together. What is vibing? This is Vish, and today I'll be talking about something that just popped on the spot, which is, who am I? Who am I? You might be wondering. I will talk from the relative, let's just say, memory as well as experiences and relative conditioning of who I am. But then I will eventually be progressing towards basically the essence of who I am. And at the end, who we all are. To keep it simple. So, who am I? Let's start off with the general, who are you? Type of answer, which might be for you all who are actually wondering, who am I and where I've come from and so on, at least. Yeah, so with that being said, I actually currently did come from a very late shift at work, so body's a little tired, so that is why you're seeing the way I am a little slower right now in terms of how I'm, being with you all. Body definitely is requesting some sleep, which will be given in some time. Excuse me. So, with that being said, was born in the Bay Area, specifically the Kaiser Hospital in Santa Clara. I think it did get demolished, but it's in the Cupertino area, right by the new Apple headquarters. So that's where the I was born. And eventually, I grew up there till about, I think, around 4 years of age. Moved to Holbrook, New York. I'm pretty sure that's where we first moved. Pretty sure. Holbrook, New York, or Holbrook, which is in Suffolk County, which is in Long Island, which is in New York. So, attended Sachem School District. So, shouts out to you all Sachem kids that have gone there or maybe knew me from there. And let's see. I went there from the ages of kindergarten till first grade. Kindergarten and first grade was all at Merrimack. I'm remembering. Merrimack Elementary School, which is in Holbrook. And then eventually, I forget the exact name of the area, but moved to Tamarack because we moved to Victorian Gardens. So moved to Holsville. And that's where I pretty much grew up from second grade till 8th grade. Was all that district. So second grade to 5th grade was Tamarack Elementary School. And then 6th through 8th was Sequoia Middle School, which a real quick interjectory part of the path was 7th grade I actually lived in India for about a year. So was in and out. And so that's a part of the upbringing as to who I am and so on, at least from the background aspect. And let's see. Oh yeah, this is important too. So I did live in Bangalore, India, specifically Sarjapur Road area. I went to two schools actually. First was Greenwood High International School. So shouts out to y'all who have gone there, who knew me from there. And I also went to it was for only a quick 1 month, because at this point we decided we're moving back. And it was called the Narayana E-Techno IIT Prep School. So it was like a Telugu type of school, IIT Prep based. Long story short, I went there just for a month, and it was an interesting experience of itself. I shall maybe make another video on and make this more out of a realization aspect. So then I came back, finished 8th grade at Sequoia, and then moved again, this is all technically in Suffolk County, so it's not like I'm moving too far, with the exception of California to New York. So then moved to St. James, New York, where I attended Smithtown High School East, where I pretty much did high school continuously from 9th through 12th grade. And then at this point, I grew up, I lived in St. James. And then, again, shouts out to y'all watching from Smithtown High School East or Smithtown that know me from there as well. And then got into UT Austin, hook 'em, and moved out here to Austin, Texas, where I currently live in the area. So that's just the general gist of, I guess, the upbringing, and maybe y'all can connect with that. Let's talk personality as to, who I am, introvert, extrovert. I like to, I prefer, or I would like to think that I am ambivert, if that's the right word, where I'm kind of both. I can play both roles. And it depends on the situation, depends on a lot of factors, really. So I really can play both, to be fully transparent. So if that's like a real quick personality thing, again, this is maybe an interesting thing for most of y'all astrology people, whatever, Majiggy. Born February 18th, 1999. Technically an Aquarius, but I think a cusp as well because of the date with the Pisces. So that's that. And let's see. Definitely very much have a favorite color of purple. I am currently on the spiritual path. Currently also finishing up computer science and entrepreneurship at University of Texas at Austin. And I'm going to be starting an internship at Tolle next week. And family background is Kannada. Also Lingayat is the religious quote-unquote background, and specifically Jangama, which are like the priests of this thing, which I'll maybe make another video on that as well, with the Lingayatism and the background from there, the spiritual aspect especially, for the realization series. So now that you know who I am, quote-unquote, it's important to realize, and also, this is probably a very important aspect, Vishrath Kumar is the full name. Vishrath apparently translates to scholar, at least that's what I've heard. But anyways, the point of this is what society would consider as me, right? But what if I, was born with a different name, or happened to have a different color of interest, or grew up in a different place? Maybe I would have developed, or the body and mind would have developed into a little different of a being, quote unquote. But at the essence, there is something, as I've learned from Eckhart Tolle, not changing. What is not changing truly from the beginning till now? What is not changing? I'll give you all actually a quick second to do that. Take a guess, and this can apply to you as well, right? So if you were to ask yourself, who are you? It's a very powerful thing, actually, that Ramana Maharshi, the sage from India, would ask, and I think that really helped him with enlightenment, I think. And that's what I've heard. Excuse me. Appreciate the patience and not minding the burping. So, with that being said, hopefully you've commented down below who you think. And, okay, full transparency, kind of at a loss of words because the body is so tired right now. But I still have to get this video out for you all because it's a daily, I like to call it, or I prefer to call it like a non-negotiable. But anyways, with that being said, I think I might have asked you earlier about commenting down who do you think you are? What would be, I think, appropriate? If I did say something else, comment that down below as well, or comment this new thing, if this is new, down below, which is questioning who you think you are. And I'm here to tell you that all those things I just told you, this was not a waste of time, because it's important to realize all those things I told you of who I am is actually who I'm not. And all those things that you might have connected with, you're not that as well. And now I just remember the pop. It's a pop about connection to what I asked you earlier, which is what is not changing. And hopefully you've commented that down below too. Through this whole thing. Again, the name, all these things are so transient, so temporary. The key here is it's the observer, the experiencer, the perception, so many names in a way, consciousness, the awareness. That is not changing. That's the only thing that technically does not change. As I used to associate opposite of life being death, life and death is actually life and birth. Life is eternal. So is consciousness in a way. At least that's what I've realized. And that's the level of consciousness and awareness that I have right now. So would love to hear what you realize from this as to who you're not. And if that made sense. If it didn't, that's okay. It's something I'm still trying to learn right now. Thank you so much for taking this time. Make it a great day. Take it joyfully. Presence. Now one together. Stay conscious and ecstasy.